What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all a quick update of Bitcoin as well as Litecoin, Algo, Matic, ADA, and Link. Those are the ones we're going to go over. That was the most requested in the last video. I was only going to pick one or two, but I appreciate everybody putting the comments down there, so I'm going to try to do as many as I can here, and those were the ones that were the most requested. And what we're going to do is take a look at all these on the 1 week time frame, so we really step back, have a bigger picture view of what's going on. And guys, remember, when we're doing this, we always want to start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the most important. It's the driver of the market, so we have to pay attention to Bitcoin before we look at any altcoins as well. So if you guys get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's always appreciated. Comment down low. Let me know what you got going on today. If you're accumulating any coins, if you're patiently waiting, sitting back for great opportunities like I am, I would love to hear it down low. So guys, when we're looking at Bitcoin here on the weekly time frame, main thing I want to point out to you, still nothing but lower highs and lower lows have been coming in here. So if we go to the line graph, just to give you an example here, one thing I want you to watch, you can see our high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So that's what we need to break here, guys. If we're looking at that lower high pattern here, this area of roughly $17,200 is what we need to get over top of. And the way that the weekly trend would change is something similar to this here. Guys, so if we went up, came back tested this area, and we have to crawl out, that's what we're looking for, a trend change, and right now we just don't have it. So when we're looking at this on the weekly time frame, in my opinion, I'm still looking down around that $12,000 to $10,000 range. That's where I feel like we could get a capitulation flush to the downside if we do move to the downside. And for me, I believe that would be great buying opportunities. If we turn on our VRVP, you can see this whole area of support right down in this range here, this big area of fight between the bulls and the bears in the past here. So something I'm definitely keeping an eye on, guys. But, you know, going back to this here, there's no reason to rush right now. We're trading below our 200-week moving average. We're below our 50-week moving average. We're not in an uptrend. So just be patient right now. That's my best opinion that I can give you right now, is just being patient. Unless you're dollar cost averaging, these are attractive areas. But in terms of looking for that big swing trade or that big position trade, I'm waiting for better opportunities, or I'm waiting for that uptrend to take place on the weekly chart so I have the wind at my back. The next one we're going to take a look at is Litecoin. If you're here for Litecoin, put it down low, just so I know for each coin, so I know who is here for what. So Litecoin, guys, if we take a look at this, let's get you a good chart. So I wanted to get one with some good detail for us. Okay. So on the weekly time frame, what was nice with Litecoin, you can see how we were kind of getting this rounded bottom. And on the weekly time frame for Litecoin, we essentially were kind of starting a little bit of an uptrend here, guys. I mean, we had a low, we had a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And now we're trying to get that higher high again. So we're definitely keeping an eye on this area here. For the higher low to hold, we would need to hold roughly about that $61 or so. That'd be the area that we'd be looking at. And right now we are challenging our 50 moving average. And that's going to be at $75.96. That'd be up to around this 200-week moving average, and that would put us right around that $100 mark. So that could be a big area as well. But for me, guys, I still think Bitcoin has further to go to the downside, which could drag Litecoin down. You know, Litecoin itself not looking too bad, but in terms of Bitcoin, we have to pay attention to that. So if we do roll over, main area I would look at for support is going to be roughly back at around $50, $48, $50, and then it'd be down to around that $40. Those are much more attractive areas for me when we're looking at Bitcoin and everything that's taking place right now. So just keep an eye on that, guys. That's going to be Litecoin there, and you can also turn it to the line graph here just so you can kind of see how we started that uptrend there. You see how that's different than Bitcoin. If we go back to Bitcoin and take a look, you see how it's different. We still have those lower highs and lower lows coming in. So definitely a little bit different. We want to keep an eye on that, but we have to remember that Bitcoin is going to be the driver of the market. Next one we're going to take a look at is Link. If you're here for Link, let me know down low. All right, so when taking a look at Link, guys, trading below our 50-week moving average, trading below our 200-week moving average, still for the most part having lower highs, lower lows. They flattened out a little bit down in this range. You can see the volume also starting to drop off. In terms of support, I'd look down around $4 would be a major area if we do get a flush to the downside. In terms of overhead resistance, we're going to look up to around $4.36 there. But still, guys, trading below this 50 and this 200, We're not in a confirmed uptrend right there. So I would say just being cautious, being careful, look for some of these lower levels if we do get a flush. Otherwise, wait until we start getting that uptrend back to the upside there. That's going to help you a lot. And look for that heavy volume. You can see back here, the volume got really heavy when it started us off to that big move to the upside there. So always want to look for that heavy volume. We have not had it come in yet. So that's going to be Link. Next one, we're going to take a look at Matic. If you're here for Matic, let me know down low. Okay. So guys, taking a look at Matic. Matic's been much stronger than some of the other coins here. So we are trading below our 50-week moving average. Our low was around 38 cents. We pushed up to $1.14, and now what we're trying to hold here is support of around 73.5 cents. So we want to hold 73.5 cents. If that's the case there, we could have a bit of a double bottom, then try to move higher. But still, guys, we're taking a look at Bitcoin, and we have to watch Bitcoin right now. That's what's going to be most important for us. But you could always put support there just to show you what we need to hold. Guys, this is something I like to do. I like to do this off the line graph where we really get those closes as well. And you can see this range we're working in. And you can put that there for overhead resistance, and that would be at about $1.15. So anywhere in a range here from about that 73, 74 cents up to around that $1.15 is a range that we can bounce in very easily right now for Matic. But Matic has been stronger, guys, but I would just recommend being careful down in these areas, because if we break through this 74 cents or so, we could come back and retest that 37, 38 cents, and just something similar to that here. Retest of that could take you down, 51%, guys. So that's where we have to be careful in these areas, because you really can get pushed down fast to the downside if Bitcoin starts dropping. Next one we're going to take a look at is ADA. Cardano. Okay. Guys, let's take a look here. So I'm really watching this trend line right here. I want to see if we can end up breaking out of it. We have not yet. Nothing but lower highs, lower lows coming in here. We have crossed, guys. You can see now this death cross taking place, our 50 crossing down through our 200 weeks. So when we do get a bounce, that's an area that we're going to have to watch as potential overhead resistance. That would correlate at around 57 cents. We still have a ton of work to do before we get to that area. If we do get flushed down a little farther, I'm going to look to around anywhere from 17 cents, guys, right down into that range of about 10 cents. That's going to be the flush zone for me. If we get a big push to the downside, to the upside, overhead resistance, we need to get over about 35 cents. Still, we have not had that big volume come in to Cardano yet. So we are keeping an eye on that, guys. Right now, the VWAP is at a positive 1.05. Money flows at a negative 28 right now. So still just being cautious in these areas. We're starting to get to these lower levels where it's starting to look very attractive if you believe in Cardano for the longer term. But I still would potentially wait for that next flush down to around that 16, 17 cents if we do end up getting it here, guys. And nothing's guaranteed. We don't have any crystal ball. We could wake up tomorrow and ADA could be up 30 cents. That's the name of the game. But when we're looking at the technicals right now, the trend is still down. And the way that you can determine this, guys, an easy way. Just go up here, go to the high, and then to where price is at now. And you take a look and you say, is this trend line, is it up or down? It's down right now. So the way of the trend, the way of the ocean is still down, and we have to be cautious in this range. Next one, let's take a look at, guys. We did Link, Litecoin, Algo. Let's see, I don't think we did Algo. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at Algo here on the weekly time frame. Algo's coming back to some of these lower levels here, guys. We would look to try to find support at about 14 cents. Right now we're sitting at 18 cents, so even a drop from here, guys, let's see, down into that range could put us another 25 to 30% down. So just keeping an eye on that, but that could be an area where buyers step back in if Algo is going to do well and Bitcoin gets moving. But in terms of overhead resistance, guys, I would look for us to try to get over top of main overhead right now is going to be about 23 cents. If we can crack that, then it could give you a run up to about 34. But this is still a dangerous territory right now, because you can see clearly in this downtrend right now, still moving down. Same thing, guys, with our trend line. Put it down. Trend line is clearly down right now. So in my opinion, I wouldn't be messing with too many altcoins right now, guys. Just patiently waiting, really keeping your eye on Bitcoin. I think that's what's going to help you the most right now, is focusing on Bitcoin, looking at those longer time frames, protecting your capital, and having a game plan. If you get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless you all. Take care.